Hello, and welcome to another nerdy news update from the Meg Nerd channel. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I heard you like this format, so I'm going to continue it. In today's video, I want to cover three stories. One is the IMF of India is now world's fourth largest economy news that you have been seeing. We have overtaken Japan. There are some details to be added to that. We're going to cover that. The second is a newly inaugurated metro station in Bombay has collapsed basically. There's no other way to put it. We are going to talk about that. And the third one is ANI is running a alleged extortion racket. You must have seen a lot of noise being made about that. They are extorting YouTubers for subscription money, insane amounts of money. We're going to talk about that. And in the end, there is a bonus news item, a bonus clip, if you may, about our real minister. Real minister doing interesting things. Okay, so those are the things. Please like, share, subscribe this channel if you want more news and if you want news which is not stressful. That's the whole point. I give you news in a way that is not stressful. So yeah, without further ado, let's talk about us becoming the fourth largest economy. Update number 1. All right. So it all started when our Niti Aayog CEO, he said this.
We are the fourth largest economy as I speak. We are a $4 trillion economy as I speak. And this is not my data, this is IMF data. India today is larger than Japan. It's only the United States, China, and Germany which are larger. And if we stick to what is being planned, what is being thought through, it's a matter of another 2.5 to 3 years, we would become the third largest economy.
So it started with this, where the Niti Aayog CEO is declaring us as the fourth largest economy. We have crossed Japan, and of course, as is at this point, how do you put it? Natural. Our Godi media picked it up and turned into like a whole thing, right? There's something to be said about how when there is nothing to celebrate, this government just goes on to make up things to celebrate, which will make us feel better about this government being the government. So basically till now, they have put citizens into this habit that they will keep giving them things to celebrate. After Operation Sindoor, there was a lull. So now this new thing has come up where they have declared that India is now the fourth largest economy. We have crossed Japan. There is some details to be added here. First, this is not true. So there is this report in the Indian Express, New Indian Express, my bad, which says India is yet to surpass Japan in GDP size. According to the IMF, India is projected to edge past Japan in GDP size only by the end of financial year 2026. India's GDP is expected to reach $3.9 trillion by the end of the 2024-25 fiscal year, short of Japan's projected 4.26 trillion GDP for 2024 calendar year. Now, the thing that happened here, which is weird, is that because we count our financial year differently, we count it from April to March, and then we call it the next year's financial year is actually the current financial year. So therefore, some confusion happened apparently from the Niti Aayog side, at least that's what they're saying. While Niti Aayog is considering our financial year, which is the next financial year, the IMF is considering the current financial year. So therefore, we are likely to cross Japan soon, which is next year probably, but it hasn't happened yet. There is another detail that needs to be added here, that Japanese economy has shrunk over the last few years. It was a $6 trillion economy. Now it is a $4 trillion economy, and it will continue to shrink because of its aging population. So one of the biggest things that has been happening in Japan is that the population there is aging. There is a lot of social services required to sustain an aging population. There are not enough young people who are reproducing. They're not having children. So then the workers are not getting replaced, which means that the Japanese economy and its spending is going down. It is going towards what some experts say, population collapse. So so basically Japan गिर रहा है, तो हम by default ऊपर जा रहे हैं, right? Above us is Germany, and then there is China, and there is US. Now US has a $30 trillion economy. China has an $18 trillion economy. Germany, as far as I know, has a $6 trillion economy, and we are at 4 trillion now. So therefore, we are at number 4. So we might cross Japan also in a few years, and then we will celebrate again. But China is far way up there. US तो छोड़ ही दो, तो हम उनके साथ तो compare ही नहीं कर रहे. We will just be happy that 4 number पे आ गए. Meanwhile, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation in its first advance estimate pegged India's nominal GDP for FY25 at 324 lakh crore at an assumed average rate of 84 per dollar. And that would place India's GDP around 3.85 trillion, still trailing Japan. So according to our Ministry of Statistics program implementation also, even the estimates say that we still haven't crossed Japan. But it will happen soon. It will happen soon. And then you can celebrate. Okay, listen, I have to tell you, if you want to celebrate, go right ahead. I have no complaints. Go celebrate. It's like you look at this figure, oh, fourth largest economy, yay, nachenge, throw a party, get drunk, do whatever you want. But then if you want to look beyond that, if you want to like peek behind the veil and not believe in this garbage propaganda, then you should stay and watch this a little further. Because the reality is that the GDP numbers, friends, are kind of made up. Yeah, they don't indicate much, according to me at least. It is an indicator of how big the economy is. The gross domestic product essentially shows you an estimate of how much goods and services are being sort of traded in the economy. India is a strange economy. First is that 90% of our economy is informal. So what that means is they don't really put what they are trading and services on the books, or the authorities don't know what they're doing. So it is always going to be an estimate. 10% of it is formal economy, and it is very skewed. So you can get more or less accurate estimates from the formal economy, but you cannot tell properly what is happening in the informal economy, right? So GDP is an estimate. It means that acha itna size hai economy ka, but then we are a big country. If we are not a big economy, what is the point, right? What we should look at though is, even when India officially overtakes Japan, experts urge caution in reading too much into the milestone. Despite the potential crossover in GDP size, India's per capita income will remain significantly lower, estimated at around $2,900 compared to Japan's $34,000. See, this is what is important. The per capita income of India is just $2,900 and Japan is $34,000. So even if we have crossed them as world's largest, fourth largest economy or whatever, our per capita income is in the shitter. So it's nothing to celebrate. There is a giant gap in living standards between Indians and Japanese. Their cities, if you go to or see, are much better, right? We aren't. It's as simple as that. So IMF's April Outlook, this is a May 6th report. It says IMF's April Outlook projects India to become fourth largest in 2025. So the IMF has already projected that we are going to become the fourth largest economy. We are going to cross Japan. So there is no surprise there. But you need to look at why this is happening now. Okay. I'll tell you why this like in Marathi they call it pillu sodla, which means that a puppy has been released in a crowd, so the crowd is like, oh look, puppy, oh yeah, 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 yeah. But whereas a wolf is on the side who is about to eat you, or like everybody is just ignoring what you really need to pay attention to. So here is what we are not paying attention to. This is PIB Government of India press report from 11th October 2018. It says that projections of growth over medium term remain encouraging and optimistic for India. Underlying strengths are indicative of potential of India to achieve a $5 trillion economy by 2025. What year is it? What year is it? You tell me. It's 2025. Have we become a $5 trillion economy? No, we haven't. But we have become the fourth largest economy. You see what is happening here? So they keep making random promises. They keep throwing random figures. 7 years ago, they said we would be a $5 trillion economy by 2025. We aren't. They said the current structure of the economy and emerging dynamics provide us grounds to target at achieving $1 trillion from agriculture, allied activities, $1 trillion from manufacturing, and $3 trillion from services. Nahi hua hai. Just nahi hua hai. Okay. So it makes sense for them to bring this up right now in 2025 when we were supposed to become like a $5 trillion economy. Nahi hua. look at this. This is something that Ravish covered. Want you to see this?
एक इतिहास भी है। आप वाणिज्य मंत्री पीयूष गोयल के बयानों को लेकर ही सर्च करें तो भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था के आकार को लेकर, लक्ष्य को लेकर तरह तरह के बयान मिलेंगे। कभी 30 ट्रिलियन की इकोनॉमी कह देते हैं तो कभी 55 ट्रिलियन डॉलर की इकोनॉमी बता देते हैं। 8 दिसंबर 2023 को पीयूष गोयल ने कहा कि 2047 तक भारत 30 ट्रिलियन डॉलर की अर्थव्यवस्था हो जाएगा। 2 महीने 10 दिन बाद 19 फरवरी 2024 को उन्होंने इसमें 5 ट्रिलियन डॉलर और जोड़ दिए और कहा कि
See, this is what happens.
2047 तक भारत 35 ट्रिलियन डॉलर की अर्थव्यवस्था हो जाएगी।
See, that's what I'm saying. It is an estimate. It is a random number which can just be increased or decreased whenever they want. Like he changed it in 2 months and 30 say he went to like $35 trillion economy by 2047.
आएगा। इसके 5.5 महीने बाद 31 जुलाई 2024 को मंत्री जी ने 20 ट्रिलियन की छलांग लगाते हुए कह दिया अगर इसी तरह सही कदम उठाए गए तो 2047 तक भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था का आकार 55 ट्रिलियन डॉलर का हो जाएगा।
So 2047, according to Piyush Goyal, at some point, we are going to become a $55 trillion economy. Currently, the American economy is $30 trillion. So you can imagine.
मगर किसी कारण से मार्च 2025 में अपने अनुमानों में कटौती कर दी और कहा कि हमारा अनुमान है कि 2047 तक भारत 30 से 35 ट्रिलियन डॉलर की अर्थव्यवस्था बन जाएगा।
So now they are also like increasing the time span of their projections. Now they're saying 2047. In 2018, they were like, "अरे 2025 में we will become 5 trillion." They realized कि अरे थोड़ा सा like we might be in power for a while now. So now it's 2047. वो देख लेंगे जब 2047 आएगा तो. See, that's what they do. They project this as if we have achieved something or we should be happy about it or we should be looking forward to it. It means jack. It means jack shit, right? I wanted to look at this one. It is an excellent report which you should read. It is called India's GDP Milestone, 5 Ways the Typical Indian Experience Differs from the Grand Narrative. It is by Pawan Korada. It's in the Wire, right? He lays it out very nicely. So I'm going to show you a few charts that he has put up. First thing, as I said, you need to pay attention to the per capita in GDP, which is if you divide the total GDP with the number of population, it comes to around $27.11, right? This is the average of how much people have as a slice of GDP, but that is also super misleading because it is completely skewed. There was a report by Oxfam in 2023 which shows that the wealthiest 1% of Indians now possess 40% of the nation's total wealth. Top 10% owns 72% of the national wealth, right? Conversely, bottom 50% of the population with a staggering 700 million people, which is half of our population, collectively owns a mere 3% of wealth. So the inequality is through the roof. So when you divide this GDP into per capita GDP, it is meaningless because the top 10% are the ones who own 72% of the wealth. And also you have to understand the top 10%, if you earn more than 25,000 rupees a month, you are in the top 10% right now. It's that bad. Friendos. Yeah. Using slightly different aggregate figures, that removing the wealth held by just top 5% from the national total will cause the recalculated average per capita figure for the remaining 95% of the population to plummet dramatically. So if you remove the top 5%, like the Ambani, Adani billionaire types, then it will become 1,130, the per capita GDP share. Just imagine, it falls even further. That's how bad it is. India is a country of multiple realities. Now, this is an interesting chart that I wanted to show you. It kind of puts things in perspective. So, according to this, there are 3 kinds of Indias currently existing. Not 2, 3. There is India 1, which is comprising roughly of the top 10-15% of the population. The India 2, which is called the aspirational next, which is 20 to 25% of people. And India 3, which is the vast majority, whose spending is largely confined to non-discretionary essentials. Now, the way they describe it is how each of this segment uses which apps, right? So, if you look at it, India 1, which is compared to Mexico, this is 30 million households, which is around 140 million people. They have like 15K per person. They are consuming things like Netflix, Cred, Mama Earth, Nykaa, Zerodha, right? Then the aspirant class, which is 70 million households, that's around 300 million people. That is 3,000 rupees per person. They are consuming things like Meesho, Kutumb, Stage, Flipkart, Dream 11, Phone Pay, etc. Right? Then we come to the unmonetizable or non-users, right? Which is 205 million households, which is 1 billion people. Process that. 1 billion people are unmonetizable users right now, right? They are basically using things like MX Player, YouTube, WhatsApp, Share Chat. It gives you a good picture of where we are as an economy. This is the class of people that is spending. They are the ones who have the money. This is the class of people which have a little bit money, so they are trying to get to the India one class. So there is like an upward mobility happening a little bit. But then there is sub-Saharan Africa India, which is 1 billion people who cannot afford anything. They can't afford discretionary spending. And that is the reality. Which means that the whole GDP thing is kind of bullshit. Yeah. And you will see that a lot of Godi media people went and started celebrating, etc. But business papers this time, I'm seeing this trend. Business papers are way more cautious about this, and they are actually giving figures of our per capita income, wealth inequality, also with the report about the projections. As you saw, Indian Express did it, Mint also did it, Business Standard did it. So all financial newspapers are also like not taking this that seriously, except for our Godi media. But yeah, it's if you want to celebrate, please do. According to me, there is nothing to celebrate. There is a lot of work to be done. And if you continue to live in denial, if you continue to chest beat for no reason, then I guess you don't want to work harder either. Or you don't want to work towards actually increasing our per capita wealth, income, and turning 1 billion people into at least the aspirant class. Yeah, unfortunate, but continue with your celebrations. Alright, on to update number 2. In this fourth largest economy of $4 trillion, we also have scenes like this.
सध्या आपण आचार्य अत्रे चौक या मेट्रो स्थानकावर आहोत आणि इथे पहिल्या पाऊस जो मुसळधार पाऊस झाला मुंबईमध्ये त्यामुळे काय नेमकी परिस्थिती आहे हे आपण दाखवतोय. पूर्णपणे आतमध्ये पाणी साचलेलं आहे. वायरिंग आपण बघतोय, खाली काही मशिनरीज बघतोय, इन आउट एंट्री करायच्या ज्या मशिनरीज आहेत त्या आपण खाली बघतोय आणि पूर्णपणे आपण बघतोय कशा.
So this is a newly inaugurated metro only 17 days ago in Mumbai, which has completely flooded. Yeah.
अशा प्रकारे वायरिंग इथे बाहेर निघालेलं आहे. स्लॅब इथे बघतोय, इथे काम चालू होतं.
A slab has fallen. There's complete water logging here. And also on top of that, they're not letting media see this.
पाहायला मिळतोय आणि ज्या प्रकारे आपण
They're
बघतोय
shooing them off.
संपूर्ण हे मेट्रो स्टेशन त्याच्या खाली आपण बघितलं.
It's like निघलो
अशा
यहाँ से.
प्रकारे इथे सुद्धा
निकलो यहाँ से.
काही ठिकाणी पडझड
Why are you showing this? Why are you showing that we do garbage work?
आपण बघितलं. आपण
बंद करा.
कशा प्रकारे पूर्णपणे नुकसान इथे आपल्याला झालेलं पाहायला मिळतं. खरं तर पहिला पाऊस आहे, सखल भागामध्ये पाणी साचतंय आणि हे शूट करू देऊ नये यासाठीचा प्रयत्न केला जातोय. मात्र तिथं पुढे
Kicking media out. There is another report where they are also seen like kicking media out again.
ही अवस्था आहे. ही जी उपकरण
Marathi channels are covering this.
ही अवस्था आहे. ही उपकरणं पहिल्याच पावसात, मान्सून पूर्व पावसातच या ठिकाणी गेलेली आहेत. शूट करायला परवानगी दिली जात नाही आणि इथून बाहेर काढलं जातंय. तुम्ही त्यांना देखील बाहेर काढा.
त्यांना देखील बाहेर काढा.
तुम्ही त्यांना देखील बाहेर काढा.
Total Vikas is happening. You're right. This is what Vikas looks like. So again, metro station that was inaugurated literally 17 days ago, 16 days ago, has collapsed, and now we are in this position where the most expensive metro project in the country is not usable in a few stations. Yeah. My thing is, again, Mumbai walas, sorry to say this, but your administration is garbage, friends. The BMC is absolute garbage, and also your current government is also kind of garbage. They don't give a shit. And if you want to see the $4 trillion economy in action, these are great visuals to show, which is एक metro नहीं बना पा रहे हम. The sad part is, friends, the sad part about this is, everybody knows that Mumbai will get a ton of rains during this season. Everybody knows that there is going to be like a lot of water logging, etc. Right? When this was inaugurated a few months ago, the metro authority had said ki, oh, this is completely waterproof, flood-proof, nothing will happen, it is going to be amazing, it's all going to be great. And now this is the statement from the official statement from the Mumbai Metro authorities. Due to the sudden and intense rainfall today, water seepage was reported. It was not seepage, it was a waterfall at the under construction entry exit structure in Acharya Atre Chowk station located along Dr. Annie Besant Road. Incident occurred when RCC water retaining wall crushed at entry exit was collapsed due to sudden ingress of water. So a wall collapsed, it caused a lot of flooding, and therefore it is in the garbage bin right now. We would like to clarify that this portion where water seepage observed is still under construction and not accessible to the public. As a precautionary measure and to ensure passenger safety, train services between Worli and Acharya Atre Chowk have been temporarily suspended. Now, in this other video that I showed you, there is another bit that you should see about people screaming. So there are residents who were nearby this metro station. उनके घर में पानी भर गया.
इथे सुद्धा आपण बघितलं पुढे.
See, these are two gentlemen who are screaming.
तुम्ही लोक बघता तुमचं बघता आमचं कोण बघणार. त्यामुळे स्थानिक सुद्धा परेशान आहेत कारण पाणी सखल भागामध्ये साचलं आणि त्यामुळे काही ठिकाणी इथे जर बघितलं तर स्लॅबचा सुद्धा भाग खाली पडलेला आपल्याला पाहायला मिळतोय काही ठिकाणी.
They have their houses near this metro station and even they got flooded. So now they are screaming and saying that tumhara dekhte ho, to the CRPF guys. Who will look at us? What about us? Their houses are filled with sewage water, by the way. That's what they said. And it is kind of sad that in a $4 trillion economy, we have to have situation like this where these two people have to scream at like CRPF people. Again, CRPF is not going to fix this. But actual authorities who have to fix this, they don't get screamed at. Basically, उनको तो दिखाने भी नहीं देंगे. And if you thought that this is the situation in the metro, well, I have news for you. Even the roads are garbage. This is Kemp's Corner. It is a posh area in Bombay where road has caved in. It has kind of collapsed only. Look at this. This road was built apparently 3 months ago. Can't handle the rains. Can't handle the rains. It's just gone. And this is a very posh area in Bombay. I'm sorry, Bombay guys. Tumhara, I don't understand why property is so expensive in your city. If this is the situation, I don't understand. But okay, best of luck with that. So Aditya Thackeray has given a comment on this also. He slammed the government, questioning why the metro line was launched when the water retaining wall wasn't complete. He called it shoddy execution. He said the newly opened Mumbai Metro 3, much hyped underground metro, the platform is flooded, water is leaking from the roof and flowing down the stairs. Acharya Atre station shut, traffic suspended. Does Mahabrasht Yuti even care about how dangerous a submerged underground metro is? Why weren't checks and safeguards in place? Why wasn't enough precaution taken? How can citizens trust the underground metro on rainy days? The government must answer and take responsibility. Again, the rain is not going to stop. People have to commute, but clearly this is not an option anymore. People will be scared. If it's flooding, you can drown, you know. So people will be scared. So here are a few commuters who have some choice things to say. Surya is saying this was an obvious challenge to prepare for considering Mumbai's history with monsoon flooding. We have seen train services halt for decades because of waterlogged tracks. Didn't the authorities learn anything? I remember reading that they used some of the most advanced technology for this metro, but there was no marvel in what we saw yesterday. Nandini is saying, is this why cities like Mumbai pay the metro cess? This metro was meant to make commuting easier, but it's just another example of poor planning. When I reached the station, the lift wasn't working, entrance was shut. Guard told me to take the train from Worli instead, but I couldn't find a taxi for 20 minutes. It's raining heavily, so I booked a cab home to Andheri. What's the use of such services if they can't even handle their first train? Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. Doesn't look like a $4 trillion economy to me. Yeah, doesn't. Alright, on to update number 3, probably the update you were all waiting for. Let's talk about the ANI versus YouTubers controversy / battle / extortion racket. First, I want to show you a video. This is while our Mumbai Metro is underwater. This is Adarniya Shri Sir inaugurating a locomotive manufacturing plant in Dahod.
पर्यावरण अनुकूल होगा, कार्बन उत्सर्जन में कमी आई। आप देख सकते हैं इस लोकोमोटिव यूनिट का दौरा करते हुए प्रधानमंत्री नजर आ रहे हैं। तमाम तरह की जो निटी-ग्रिटीज हैं उसको समझने की कोशिश
Nice, good looking. Wow. He totally knows how to run a train. He's super manav prime influencer who is doing prime influencer things with Ashwini Vaishnav, real minister.
पहले से ही लगाए गए हैं, देशक में बनाए जाएंगे,
देशित में बनाए जाएंगे, all the things. Okay. Why am I showing you this? Why am I showing you this? Because there is this thing that is happening on the internet right now, on social medias, where this same clip was used by ANI, put out with the ANI logo, right? And the credit was given to Didi. So I just took the Didi. Now Didi can't sue me. If Didi copyright strikes me for this, then I don't know. But Didi can't because Didi is a public broadcaster and they can't. Okay. The pachda is starting here, friends, which is if I show you this video and it has the ANI logo and I'm commenting on it, ANI has started to go from YouTube channel to YouTube channel to YouTube channel to see if their visuals have been used in different YouTube videos, and then they copyright strike them. Right? It all started, the controversy all started with this amazing report from the Reporters Collective. Again, we are out of funds. Please support them because they're doing great journalism. I will leave a link to this article below as well. You should read it and you should support them if you can. ANI finds business niche in copyright claims against YouTubers. This is a story by Ayushi Kar. Mota, what it says is that over the last few months, ANI's team of employees has been browsing the YouTube verse to find creators who have used even like 2-3 seconds, 9 seconds of ANI visuals, and they sent copyright strikes to them. Now, YouTube law says, YouTube policy says that if you get more than 3 copyright strikes, your channel will be shut down. So what ANI started doing is they would send 2 copyright strikes. Then it would cause panic in the YouTuber's head. Then someone would contact them, right? Someone from the team or the creator would contact the ANI people, and the ANI people straight up started extorting them. They asked for insane amounts of money ranging from 20 lakh to 50 lakh in some cases. And their argument was that you used a few seconds of our clip, so it is a penalty that you have to pay, and also you buy our subscription. Because ANI is a subscription service. What they do is it's a wire service and they sell footage to other news channels, primarily Godi media channels, Lashkar-e Noida. And therefore, when YouTubers were using some of their content, they were like, "Arey, ye kya? No, take our subscription." The subscription is insane. It is like 3-4 lakh rupees a month or something ridiculous like that. So they are forcing them to buy the subscription, and they're using the YouTube ka copyright strike policy to sort of extort them. Friends, so I'm going to do a more detailed video on this. It is going to be a bunch of thoughts video which will go deeper into this whole copyright thing, fair use, what happens there, all the things. So I'm not going to cover it in a great detail right now. But what I wanted to show you was this. So once this controversy broke out, once the story broke out, ANI was asked for a response, and this is what they said. Miss Carr, here is ANI's statement. Ensure it's carried in full. Your questions clearly reveal your intent to provide a fig leaf to pirates who steal original content. In any society governed by the rule of law provides for punishment for theft. Okay, first things first, they're calling YouTubers pirates. They're playing the piracy game. I have to tell you this, that using a few seconds to make a point or doing commentary on top of it is not piracy, right? It is fair use. I'll go into more detail in the video, but it is not piracy. Piracy would be when I pick up an entire ANI video from their YouTube channel, put it on my YouTube channel as is, and then I monetize it. That is piracy. That I get when a copyright strike comes for that. That makes a lot of sense. T-Series does it all the time. Cricket channels do it all the time. Again, it's a different sort of game being played there because that is entertainment. This is news we are talking about. ANI invests heavily in original news gathering with bureaus across India and abroad and significant resources deployed in real-time content production. As the exclusive copyright holder of its content, ANI has the sole legal right to communicate its work to the public and license its use. This is important. Exclusive copyright holder, which is ANI. ANI has unprecedented access to the Prime Minister's office, to this government. everywhere the government goes or prime minister goes, there would be an ANI camera person to capture it. At this point, ANI has the exclusive access to the prime minister in general, the prime minister and what he's doing. Another example I'll give you. You remember, right? We have sent 50 MPs out in the world to talk about India. We are going to tell them about Operation Sindoor, different countries, our stand, improve our diplomatic relations, etc. I was going to do a story on this, and then I realized that when I was looking for videos of what people said there, including Shashi Tharoor, including Kanimodi, including Nishikant Dubey, who are all in different delegations, and other people, they are all ANI videos. So, in order for me to tell you about what is happening, I cannot use those videos. ANI has exclusive access to these delegations, which could mean only one thing, that these delegations have carried ANI people with them, giving exclusive access only to them. How is that fair? How is that fair? As a citizen, I should be able to use content which is on Twitter, which ANI themselves put out, by the way, for the world to see. Twitter वालों को कोई problem नहीं है. Twitter वाले can use any and every ANI video, mash it, change it, कुछ भी करके they put it up. उनको कुछ problem नहीं होता है, right? But YouTube वालों को, they are coming after them and extorting them for money. And what I was trying to say is that even if I used, like, let's say a few lines from that delegation and what they are saying, and I put it up on my video to show you what they're saying and then gave my commentary on top of it, that is legitimate fair use. It's not piracy, right? So this whole thing about exclusive copyright holder, they have exclusive access. It's as simple as that. What are we supposed to do then? Enforcing these rights through mechanisms like YouTube copyright policy or legal action is not extortion. Haha. It is lawful protection of property as guaranteed by copyright law. Anyone disputing our rights to is free to seek legal recourse. Let there be no doubt, enforcing legal rights is not extortion. It is the lawful exercise of rights granted under copyright law. Anyone aggrieved is free to contest ANI's rights before the court of law. ANI copyright team, right? Okay, you tell me if this is not extortion.
झूठ करती है और कई न्यूज चैनल्स को बेचती है। तो उनका कहना है कि 45 लाख प्लस जीएसटी दो, आपकी पेनल्टीज भी इसमें इंक्लूडेड हो जाएंगी और आपको एनुअल सब्सक्रिप्शन मिल जाएगा एएनआई की फुटेज का। ये क्या घटिया तरीका है अपना रेवेन्यू बढ़ाने का कि कॉपीराइट स्ट्राइक दो और फिर बोलो कि 50 लाख रुपए दो और आपको सब्सक्रिप्शन मिल जाएगा। फिर मेरे टीम मेंबर ने उस एएनआई एम्प्लॉय को कॉल किया, वो बोलता कि आपको कितनी कॉपीराइट स्ट्राइक्स आई है। हमने बोला 2। उसने कहा अच्छा बस 2, अभी आपको 6 और आएंगी। हमने टोटल 8 भरी है। उसने कहा कि भाई 15 मिनट हो गए।
So 3 strikes and your channel is out, right? So they send 2 strikes. YouTuber panics, calls them and says, "अच्छा तू 2 आए ना और आ रहे. If you don't want your channel closed, then you pay us. What 45 lakh whatever." And Mohak Mangal, who came out and did this video, also said that some big YouTuber already paid like 50 lakh rupees. In some cases, I think there is a channel called Paurush who collected money from the public, from the subscriber base, and paid 18 lakh to them to save his channel. So what ANI is not doing is, not only are they trying to fleece YouTubers and extort them like this, but some other YouTubers are being forced to ask their people, their community for money so that they can save their channel also, which means they are fleecing the audience also. It's just ridiculous.
इससे ज्यादा तो टाइम मैं किसी को नहीं देता, कल बात करेंगे, तू सोच ले जितना सोचना है। पता है क्या है, ये बंदा और ये एएनआई की टीम बहुत ही चंट है। इनको पता है कि अभी बस 2 स्ट्राइक्स आई हैं, तो मैं इतना डेस्परेट नहीं हूँ। एक बार 3 स्ट्राइक आ जाएंगे और चैनल डिलीट हो जाएगा, तब ये डेस्परेट होगा। इसलिए वो चाहते हैं कि डे बाय डे नेगोशिएशन एक्सटेंड होती रहे। एक बार चैनल डिलीट हो गया तो मैं जो भी नंबर बोलूंगा वो मान जाएंगे। पर बेचारे को पता नहीं वो किससे बात कर रहा है। यूएस की एक पॉलिसी है दैट दे
Mohak is standing by and saying कि मैं पैसा नहीं देने वाला, whether the channel gets deleted or not. And I really appreciate him for this stand, because guy has worked hard for the last 6 years to create a big channel with 4 million subscribers, and he does decent content, not even like very provocative content, just informative content in general. He's like, nahi, I won't fall for this. I won't fall for this extortion. And he had used like a total of, I think, some 15 seconds of the content over the last year, and they want him to pay 45 lakh rupees for it. Now if you scroll down, you will see like a lot of support coming in from different YouTubers to Mohak as well. This is Nitish Rajput. YouTube should take steps to make sure content creators don't end up feeling helpless after putting in years of hard work. Now, there is some fault line here, or fault to be put on YouTube as well because of their copyright policy. Now, YouTube says, and it has consistently maintained, that they don't take a call on whether it was a copyright violation or not. They're not the arbiters of whether it was copyright material or not. They just enforce it based on complaints coming in from the copyright holder and implement it on the person who is violating it. So they're like, oh, we are just a mediator. We don't have anything to do here. But honestly, they do, because of their policy is why the extortion is being allowed. If they didn't have that whole 3-strike policy, or if they had like actual humans reviewing the copyright strike and they see that, oh, the actual fair use hua hai, then they wouldn't take this stand. But YouTube is the mediator. YouTube is a mediator. What I do worry about though is that if YouTube is listening to this, guys, we are the people who earn you money. You should be on our side, man. What is this? Yeah, like it's not like Mohak Mangal leke paisa YouTube ko de raha hai na 45 lakh. It's going to ANI. They are extorting an audience of YouTube to also pay ANI. You want ANI to succeed on our backs? What is this, yeah, YouTube? Kya yaar? You should basically creator economy, like do something, no? Don't like strike like this, or ANI ko just prevent them from doing copyright strikes in the future. That would be great. Just let them cry. Let them cry. That'll be fun. Or, you know what, ANI, if ANI is listening to this, ANI go on Twitter na. Twitter पे भी चालू कर दो ये extortion. मजा आएगा. Because you're such an amazing media house right now. You will get away with anything. Go on Twitter. Start suing like politicians who share your clips. फिर मजा आएगा. करो. Here is Thagesh, who is saying, thanks for making this video. Even I got a strike, got asked for 15 lakh in the name of subscription for using a 2-second clip. This is extortion. Full support to you, brother. Takes lot coming out. Then there is Sunday, our friend Sarthak, who is saying, बहुत लोगों के साथ ये घटियापन हो रहा है. Thank you for putting this out. There is say stay strong. Lots of Kunal Kamra is saying YouTube India must be held accountable and should ban ANI from its platform on the grounds of blackmailing creators. Ooh, that would be fun. Creators make the platform, not the new, not thieves like ANI. Yup. Sham Rangila is saying shocking, unbelievable, acceptable. There are a lot of people. Even Open Letters is saying daylight robbery. Bunch of people. And the thing is, they're not only going after news creators anymore, I realize. There is this roast channel that they went after for using like a 5-second clip. There are UPSC channels that they're going after. There are random local news channels they're going after. Jahan pe bhi ANI ka logo dikhta hai, they go after them. Right? Which is such a terrible thing to do. And ANI, my guess is कि ANI का otherwise धंधा नहीं चल रहा है. You see what is happening, friends, is that audiences are shifting. Audiences are shifting from TV news to YouTube. Their source of news, like you watching these updates, is now people like me. YouTubers who are there, who are making sense, who are telling them the news, who are being more open with their audiences, who are connecting with them directly. It is a much better news consumption experience. ANI knows that their entire subscription model and business model was based on supplying videos to news channels. Now, there will come a point where news channels will be like, our revenue is so low, we should not buy subscriptions from ANI anymore. It will become too expensive. And ANI knows this. Because of the shifting audience, they know that now the next frontier for them is to get YouTubers to pay them for using their visuals, right? But the problem is that they are not offering like a creator tier. I would still understand if ANI was a good company, which it isn't. If ANI was actually sensible and they were not this vindictive or extorty, Vasuli Bhai type behave nahi karti Smita Prakash. So they would have done something very simple, right? First is they could take revenue. They could have struck down Mohak Mangal and said ki all the revenue that you have earned from this video because you have used our clip is ours. I would say ठीक है, I guess 1-2 videos का revenue चला जाएगा and then we stop using ANI clips. I haven't used ANI clips in a while. I'm very careful about it anyway. Because मुझे भी strikes आए थे पहले. That's a different story. The second thing they could have done is they can create a creators tier, a YouTuber's subscription plan, right? For example, people like Shutterstock and everyone, they sell even individual images to people who want to use them. So you can buy them and use them. What they can do is they can also like offer up these clips for like 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 25,000 rupees, depending on the exclusivity of it, right? And the YouTubers can buy them when they want to use it in the video. That is what audio platforms do. That is what licensed audio platforms do when it comes to copyright. But ANI is ANI. They just want to extort. Basically, ek to YouTubers are a competition for them. They know that their garbage news service, whatever service, and the whole ecosystem will not last for long. That's why they're desperate, and now they have turned into Vasuli Bhai, or in Smita Prakash's case, Vasuli Behen. So yeah, that is the situation. It's really sad. I'm in full solidarity with the YouTubers who are facing this. Friends, please support your favorite YouTubers during this time, because this ANI nonsense shouldn't stand. It shouldn't. And bullies are not great for us, for anyone, for the creator economy, for YouTubers that you like and you get your news from. So yeah, support them as much as you can. Okay, time for bonus clip as promised. This is Real Minister doing Real Minister things. He was at an inauguration in Dahod, the clip that I showed earlier, where Shri Sir Adarniya Modi ji is inaugurating a locomotive plant. This is Real Minister.
स्टीम की दुनिया थी तब दाहोद रेलवे का बड़ा प्रोडक्शन सेंटर था, लेकिन स्टीम इंजन हटने के बाद में दाहोद में कामकाज कम हो गया। इसका दाहोद की अर्थव्यवस्था पर बड़ा फर्क पड़ा। हमारे पंत प्रधान श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने 2022 में फैसला लिया कि दाहोद में आधुनिक इलेक्ट्रिक इंजन बनेंगे और 2023 में काम चालू हुआ। आज एक आधुनिक फैक्ट्री बनकर तैयार है। साथियों, लगातार झंडा फहरा के प्रधानमंत्री जी का अभिवादन करते रहो।
Why is he talking like this as if he's talking to children? Why is he talking like this? What the hell?
अपने दाम कम, क्वालिटी ज्यादा, इसीलिए दुनिया भर में इसको एक्सपोर्ट कर पाएंगे। और इस इंजन का नाम क्या है? શું નામ છે? D9। D9 मने दाहोद 9000। दाहोद 9000। कल मैं जब आया तो जसवंत भाई ने मुझे ये कड़ा पहनाया, तो मैंने उनको
This is so cringy. You're right, chat. This is absolutely cringy. My God. Why is he talking like this? Like, this is infantilization to the next level. He's like, अरे तुम तो बच्चे हो और तुमको मैं बताऊंगा मोदी जी कितने अमेजिंग है, और ये देखो ये इंजन।
पूछा इसको गुजराती में क्या बोलते हैं? उन्होंने कहा इसको दाहोद नु भूरियो बोलते हैं। दाहोद नु भूरियो। और अब दाहोद की पहचान मोदी जी ने एक और बनाई है। दाहोद नु भूरियो तो दाहोद नु इंजन।
Oh my God.
दाहोद नु भूरियो तो दाहोद नु, दाहोद नु भूरियो तो दाहोद नु।
Oh my God.
तो
Friends, I have to tell you something. This whole ANI YouTuber thing also will go to this guy's desk, because he is also our IT minister. This guy is our IT minister. I have no hopes. I don't think he will care about whether ANI is bullying anybody or whatever, because he's doing this. ANI ने कॉपीराइट स्ट्राइक क्यों किया? क्योंकि वो पायरेसी करते हैं, वो वीडियो चुराते हैं, मोदी जी की बुराई करते हैं। मोदी जी हमारे सबसे अच्छे और सबसे बेहतर प्रधानमंत्री हैं, तो ANI को पूरा राइट है ये सब करने का। ओके चैट।
मोदी साहब ने अभिवादन करोगे मेरे साथ? खड़े हो जाओ सबके साथ और मेरे साथ भारत माता का जयकारा करो। भारत माता की, भारत माता की।
गुड लॉर्ड।
कंप्यूटर सेंटर है, डेटा सेंटर है, कोई चलता फिरता कंप्यूटर सेंटर है, डेटा सेंटर है, कोई नॉइज नहीं इसमें, कोई वाइब्रेशन नहीं। पायलट का कैबिन एसी,
पायलट का कैबिन एसी,
टॉयलेट भी है,
टॉयलेट भी है
के अंदर। और एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बात बताऊं?
बता।
जब गाड़ी चलती है तब तो ऊपर तार से बिजली लेती है।
ओके।
जब ब्रेक लगता है तब ये इंजन जनरेटर बन जाता है
आह!
और ऊपर तार को वापस बिजली देता है।
आह!
ये है आधुनिक तकनीक का कमाल।
Mind blown!
ये है हमारे पंत प्रधान जी का बड़ा विजन देश के लिए।
Yes, vision, vision. Oh my God, I'm losing it. Holy. Okay, enough of this. That was your bonus clip. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching this update, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'm going to do a more detailed video on the whole ANI copyright nonsense. I think that deserves a detailed video. Just wanted to thank you guys. Thank you members for supporting me, because I've been able to hire writers. There are some other projects that I have been ongoing. So please do consider supporting this channel by becoming a member, or there is a buy me a coffee link niche. If you have been liking these news updates and the content that I've been doing, please do consider supporting me, because all the money that I'm getting, I'm putting it into this channel back so that you get better things and better content as well. So please do. Unlike ANI, I cannot extort someone else to get money. So please consider supporting your favorite creators, consider supporting this channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.